Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Back to week 7. This is, week 7, part 4. We are on Unit 9, Lesson B, Grammar. That was so silly. If you have not done the previous video, part 3, do that now. This is the next video. So let's get back to it. We were talking about present unreal conditionals. So we said that sentences that have an if clause, that those are called conditionals, and that conditionals can be real, meaning that the situation is possible, or they can be unreal, which is what we will be talking about today. Unreal just means that the situation is not possible or it's imaginary. So remember that we use, when we have if, we use it with a verb in the past tense, and then we use would with a base form of the verb in the results clause. So we will have an if clause, which is a conditional, and a results clause. The if clause is the imaginary situation, and then the results clause is just what would happen. Okay, let's do some more practice, and then we will go over your homework. So we've got up here, I gave you the verbs fix and waste. Okay, so blank, you blank leaking faucets immediately, you blank blank less water. So which clause do you think is going to be the imaginary situation, the if clause? I'm gonna go with this one. So in the if clause, which verb tense do we use for the verb? Past tense. So if you fixed leaking faucets immediately, and then for the results clause, we use would, and which form of the verb? The base form. You would, what is the verb? Waste. So the base form is waste. You would waste less water. Very good. Now, same thing down here. Which one do you think is the imaginary clause? It's tricky because I don't have them split top and bottom. So what we have here is you would waste less water if you fixed leaking faucets immediately. Do you know what a faucet is? faucet is where the water comes out of your sink or your bathtub, or something like that. So if you have a sink, the faucet is the part where the water comes out, and sometimes the water will just drip. Even if you have turned the handle all the way, the water might just drip out. So if you fixed leaking faucets immediately, as soon as you notice it dripping, you would waste less water. Okay? Does that make sense? I hope so, because we're about to move on and check our homework. So if you have not already, please go ahead and complete this practice section on page 112. All right, let's go over these answers. The book already covered number 1. So number 2, Noah never takes his car in for a tune-up. Do you know what tune-up means? Just like when you go to a doctor and you have a checkup, the doctor is just checking, make sure everything is good, make sure you're healthy, check your weight, your blood pressure, your blood sugar, make sure everything's fine. It's the same for a car, but on a car, you call it a tune-up. Maybe you get an oil change, maybe you get more wiper fluids, new windshield wipers maybe, more air in your tires. So that's a tune-up. Okay, so Noah never takes his car in for a tune-up. Noah's car blank less gas if he blank his car regularly. Ooh, this is a tricky one. All right, so number 2. I'm not going to write the whole sentence. I'm just going to write the answers and then a space and then the other answer, okay? So the first blank is Noah's car would use less gas if, there's if, okay? So our if clause means in the next blank we need what verb form of tune up? The past tense. So if he tuned up his car regularly. All right, good. Number 3, Mr. Brown drives his own car to his job downtown. Mr. Brown blank money on gas if he blank to work. Okay, so the first one, is that the if clause or the results clause? It's the results clause. Mr. Brown could save money if, money on gas, if he what? Carpooled to work. Okay? Number 4. Many items in the supermarket are packaged in plastic. If you blank products that are packaged with recycled paper, you blank to help or to reduce global warming. Okay? So the first blank, is that the imaginary situation or the results clause? It's the imaginary situation because it starts with if. So if you blank, what's the verb tense? We have the verb buy. So what tense are we supposed to use in the imaginary situation? Past tense. So past tense of buy is bought. If you bought products that are packaged with recycled paper, you blank. To reduce global warming. Would help to reduce global warming. Okay, good. Number 5. Jessica always stays in the shower for a very long time. Jessica. If Jessica blank shorter showers, she blank water. All right, so if Jessica, so that's the imaginary situation. So the verb is take. So in the if clause, the verb needs to be past tense. So the past tense of take is took. And then for the results clause, for the results clause, we use could or would, and then the base form of the verb. So, could save. Okay, took and could save. Number 6. Some kinds of fish contain large amounts of lead, a poisonous metal. You blank healthier if you blank eating fish that contains lead. Yikes. So number 6 is could be. Healthier if you stopped eating fish that contained lead. That's scary. Okay, let's do number 7. Does everyone have this? I'm going to go ahead and erase them so I don't have to bend down. Okay? I'm just going to do the answers on this one. If you have questions, let me know. Number 7 is bought. And could save. And number 8 is put and would buy. Okay? So number 7, just to be clear, energy efficient appliances use less electricity. If May's family bought a new washing machine, they could save money on their electric bill. Okay? Pretty straightforward. And then number 8, Christina never puts enough air in her tires. If Christina put more air in her tires, she would buy less gasoline. That's a good tip. Leo, is that true? Maybe you can tell us in the WhatsApp group. Okay. So we've got on the next page, this will be your I guess it will be your homework assignment, but we will do some together. So at the beginning, at the top of page 113, read with me the instructions. Talk with a partner. Obviously, you don't have to do that. Match each action with a result. Some items have more than one correct answer. Use the present unreal conditional. Okay, so you see there are two columns, actions and results. So you're going to match an action with a result and then make a sentence out of it. So for example, we have in the book you see in the purple bubble, if everybody bought energy efficient appliances, that's the first action, buy energy efficient appliances. If everybody bought energy efficient appliances, we would save electricity. So you see one of the results options is save electricity. So that's what they're saying. If everybody bought energy efficient appliances, we would save electricity. Yeah? All right. So does that make sense? Let's do one together. How about fix water leaks, because we just talked about that at the beginning. So fix water leaks. So if it's an action, then it's going to be part of which clause? The imaginary situation, the if clause, or the results clause. Obviously, it will not be a part of the results clause because the results column will be there. So all of these will be in the if call. All the actions will be in the if clause, which means all the action verbs in the action column will be in the past tense. So fix means fixed, or will become fixed. So if everybody fixed water leaks, okay? Now, look at the results column. What would happen if everybody fixed water leaks? Maybe we would save water. Yeah? Okay. So does that make sense? We have if and fixed, and then we have would save. So your homework then is to do the last four. So we've already done these top two. So go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4. Match each of those with one of these and write a sentence about it. And then when you're done, take a picture and send it to me. Okay? Good work today, everybody. See you next time. Ciao.